Welcome to Pitlane News. I'm Matthew Jordan. I'm here in Birmingham, the NEC, with Autosport International. It's been a good few days. I'm here now with Alan O'Neill. Just checking I got the right name, but I've been calling him Neil for the last 3 days. We've obviously been collaborating and helping things out. It's all about student athletes and development. Alan, first of all, how has the 2 days been so far? And secondly, tell the viewers, obviously I know, but tell the viewers what your goal is with the company and going forward in athlete development.
So it's been a really good couple of days. Had a lot of interest. We've done some deals, got some more technical partners on board, and I'll explain that kind of role in a moment. But yeah, it's been really good. We've got a few things we can't discuss at the moment. One of our partners, SolidWorks, have just left. They've been 3D scanning the car. So it's all in preparation for us developing a prototype race car that we are going to package as part of a motorsport education program. So the education program originally was around colleges, the hands-on guys, the ones who want to be the guys outside the front of the pits in F1, changing the wheels, tyres, etc. And they do a lot more than that, setting the car up, prepping it, making sure that Lewis, Max, etc. can get the most from the car. They need to learn those skills from somewhere, and what we're doing is developing a program that's going to teach them the right skills so they have the opportunity to go and work in motorsport. We're linking it, we're writing a qualification, we're linking it to the race series. The race series has been designed around the race car. So we're heavily promoting green tech. The drivetrains for the car, we're going to have a hydrogen fuel cell variant, electric variant, direct injection hydrogen, and we will have internal combustion, but it will run green fuels. And the kind of skill sets we've got to look at, because there's a big kind of void around the historic motorsport sector. There are companies out there who run historic race cars, and they can't find mechanics who understand what drum brakes are, leaf springs, friction dampers. So we're going to have our kind of philosophy is what was, what is, and what will be. So electric features in the what is. We've got Formula E. This year we've got hydrogen with Extreme H, and so we're building it around the kind of technology, the emerging technology. So for the colleges, they'll buy what we call a blueprint car. They build to print. They'll get all the components, they assemble it. We've identified that one of the key areas that the Formula One teams can't get are what they call assembly technicians, the ones who put the cars together. So we will supply the car in component form, and they can assemble the car, so it ticks one of the boxes. And then they will run the car and compete against other colleges. It's going to be a college and university race series. So it's not just athlete obviously I'm athlete development, but you are motorsport development, getting people the skills to take. For instance, I saw one of the wheel changes recently. That one person, that's his job, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. You get that wrong, They kind of work as a team, and that's going to be one of the underlying principles. And I'm really glad that you mentioned wheel changes, because one of the things we are going to have as a feature of the race series is a mandatory pit stop. We want the students to understand the pressures, so the car will come in. They have to put another set of tyres on, so they will change. We've bought a wheel manufacturer on board yesterday. That's why I say it went really well. We're going to have a centre lock wheel, and they will, have a team. And going back to your point, they work in teams. If you watch the F1 teams, they'll normally have one guy holding the tyre that's going on, one that does the kind of gun, takes the nut off, pulls the wheel off, and then the other one puts the wheel and puts the nut.
Well, did you see Guy?
Guy Martin.
Yeah. And he's a confident guy, but the pressure on him, that's fascinating.
It is, and they train, and they do psychological profiling, and this is why we're really interested in what you're doing. So one of the things we've found is that there's a number of drivers who they're really good in karting, they want to go into things like Formula 4, but they don't have the budget for it. So we're also going to offer spaces in the drive, and we will match a driver to a college. We're not going to allow students to drive the cars. We want this to be competitive. They go to college to develop as a mechanic, not as a driver. So we will put in semi-professional drivers, and this is where we're going to build that relationship where the student will have to talk to the driver, and the drivers will be instructed to talk to the engineers.
Yeah, the real life.
Well, yeah, it's, you know, we've spoken to you know, F4 teams, F3, touring cars, World Endurance, European Le Mans, Carrera Cup, Ginetta, getting an idea of what they need from the mechanics, and that's what we're going to deliver. It's not going to be, you know, from, you know, someone who sat behind a desk and thought, oh, that sounds good.
There's no sim to circuits with engineering, is there? Mind you,
well, so part of the
recently, I'm sure that they're talking about the wheel stuff. A lot of these teams are using VR,
and that's what we are using VR. Brilliant. And augmented reality, virtual reality. So one of the key areas, one of the things we found was that neurodiverse learners are disadvantaged by the traditional education approach, and they learn better visually. So we're introducing augmented reality, virtual reality, so that, you know, they will firstly see maybe me, maybe an engineer from Goodyear, whatever, doing the tasks. They can think, they'll get it on the theory, and then they'll see someone demonstrating it. So now they understand it. Then they can log into a virtual learning environment where they'll see a digital version of our race car, and they can practice with, you know, and see how it goes on, what things they need to look for. So when they actually go and look at the real car and work on the real car, they've already got a high level of familiarity.
Which is, it's a great tool, because obviously I've been teaching athletes for several years. Creative visualization, which is they close their eyes, picture
absolutely,
and that works because you know how the placebos work. So that's a great idea. Okay. Listen, tell me who you're looking to reach out to, and how can they get hold of you?
So, I mean, we're looking for technical partners. We have one of the key things we're looking for is an internal combustion engine. We've got a number of arrangements in place. We need equipment, i.e. components, to fit to the car to build our car. So, you know, if there's any companies who are interested in seeing their components in front of, you know, a captive market, we've got global interest, India, America, Australia, France, Holland, colleges that are like, well, we are waiting, we want this. So we are stimulating growth in the motorsport sector, and if organisations want to see their products placed in front of the students, it's the kind of, we've had some excellent feedback of companies who've done that quite early on. In fact, the wheel manufacturer said to us they supplied a set of wheels to a team about 8 years ago. The guy now runs his own race team, and he's come back to them and said, you've done this, the wheels were brilliant, we want to use your wheels. They're not even entertaining anyone, and that's what we're doing. Relationships, key word. Brilliant.
Right, I'm going to shoot off, but we'll speak again soon. Thank you for your time.
Get to
for the next few days. So what's
SCU Motorsport. We're 2220.
2220. Next for the whole few days. Obviously, we have Pitlane news and leaving tonight. It's crazy, but we'll catch up soon. We'll talk, and
they can check out the website, the SCU Motorsport website. Get in touch with us from the website.
Brilliant.